Hi everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome to or welcome back to my toy box. I am a doll and toy themed YouTuber that likes to post at least once a week, and today we are going to be doing a compilation of all of the Monster High Buried Secret dolls. There are 4 in this collection, so I will be posting all 4 of these together, cutting out the intros and outros so that you can just see me open all of them, and if all goes well, we will be body swapping these dolls. So we have a core Draculaura. She's currently wearing some fashions from one of the, I believe this is the Iridescent line. I think that's where most of them are wearing their fashions from. But these 3 are core dolls that I've had for a while. And then this is from the first Collectimate Secrets line. The reason I'm going to be using this Frankie and not a core Frankie is because this Frankie has a blank leg. The Buried Secrets Frankie is supposed to also have a blank leg, so in order to keep it as close as possible but with still keeping the articulation, I decided to use this one as my body donor, but otherwise it is going to be these core dolls. And if you're wondering, I am still going to be keeping the core dolls heads on the less articulated bodies. I will be keeping them in my collection dressed up. They're just going to be displayed on the back of the door with some of my G1 dolls that I have, so they're not going to be on the shelf with the other G3 dolls, but I am still keeping them in my collection. They're not going to go to waste, but I am going to be giving, hopefully, these dolls some articulated bodies. I have heard that it is a little bit difficult, but we'll see. You know, obviously every batch and everything is going to be a little bit different, so hopefully it's not too hard and we're able to achieve it, but we will know by the end of this video.
Before we move further, I just wanted to add in a few notes. I am going to be cutting out some of the repetitive information, so if you're interested in the articulation or on the outside of the box, make sure you watch the Cleo section, which will be the first doll that I've unboxed. Other than that, if you're interested in a specific doll, there should be timestamps below that will allow you to skip to which doll you'd like. And of course, the same thing if you're interested in just the head swaps, that'll be at the end of the video. You can just use those timestamps to skip to it.
So without any more further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut to me opening the dolls. So what today we are going to be unboxing is going to be our Buried Secrets line. So this is a mystery line that's just recently released at Target. It's been on Amazon for a little bit, and possibly other places, but here in the States we just started getting them at Target. As I said, it is a mystery box, so you can't see which one is inside. You can see the 4 options on the front in these little animated versions. However, these are boxes that can be released in other places, and not everywhere is okay with mystery toys. So what they do is this piece that's under here right now actually would be flipped to the top, so you'd be able to see the symbol that I'm going to show you. If you were buying these in another country where they don't allow mystery packaging, they just have this symbol on the top, so then that way you know which doll is inside. So if you're in the States, you find these in the store, you don't have to open them, you just squeeze it slightly and push this back, and then you can peek in there. I know it's hard to see on camera, but if you peek in there, you can kind of see the symbol right here. You can look for either a different image or just kind of the flash of color that's going to tell you which doll is inside, because each of the 4 dolls has their own color and own symbol, so you'll be able to see which one is inside. So this should be, hopefully today we should be opening Cleo. So without further ado, we'll move up to the desk, make sure that's who's inside, and we'll go from there. So because of these being mystery boxes, there's not really much going on, but I will still show you the box up close. So you have the front again here with the double wrappings over it. And then if you look closely, you may be able to see the symbol, which again, I'll show you for sure once we open it up. On the front here, it says Monster High Buried Secrets, and then it has the image of the 4 different characters on the front. It has a shadow here, and it says mystery doll plus 5 accessories. And then it says it in, of course, other languages. And then just around the back, it looks like it's all wrapped and is, of course, shaped kind of like a coffin or a sarcophagus. And then on the back, again, Buried Secrets, monster doll plus 5 accessories, and then has a full body image of the 4 dolls. And again, pretty simple packaging, so we'll just go ahead and switch to unboxing. I want to start off with saying that I did not know that the symbols went like all the way down the box like that. That is so cute. But also, like, I am thoroughly impressed with this packaging because, like, look at this. There's this little thing on the sides. All right, so this one, it says, sometimes mummies get afraid of the dark too, so it's nice to sleep with the fright light on. And then on this side, it says, this mummy's secret to getting beauty sleep, applying royal lip balm before bed. Like, how cute is that? And then on the inside, there's like a ton of little Cleo details, some knots of some other dolls. So there's a picture of Cleo with her family, which is so cute. And then this is the night set. So like this is actually a play set that you can get. And then this right here, this is from Fabulous Pets. And then this is the Frankie poster from the Monster Fest set. And then that's a picture of her from Monster Ball. And then I believe that's her outfit from her core refresh. And then again, you have her pets down here and some makeup, as well as her hair from her core refresh. The pillow, which I'm really excited for, that's going to be in this set here. And then some jewelry on this side. Those earrings, she actually has those earrings in another set. I think it's one of the Selectimate Secrets. And then this is from the core refresh doll as well. This is actually like so stinking cute with all this little details. Like I was like, oh, like they have such simple packaging from the outside, but inside they actually have like a lot of really cute and sweet detail. The lid just kind of sits inside of it like this, which I'm not sure yet if I'll be keeping these boxes or not, just because space, but I'm actually thoroughly impressed with them. Now onto the doll, we have our package. We have two little packs here. This feels like it's the pillow, and it also is shaped like a pillow, if you can see that, like, wrappings on there. Oh, it's his set. So cute. Oh, it even has a little ring so that they can put their finger through it so they can hold it. And there's this little tag on the side. It is like a soft rubber. And look at all these cute, adorable details. To me, these look like little squishmallows. And then this should be her shoes. Ooh, and, oh. Also yeah, because I think, look at all that. So she has these cute little golden shoes. There's a little hisette on the front of the shoes. And then on the bottom is some more mummy wrappings that it's little Z's because they're sleep shoes. These are so cute. And then look at this like gap here in the back of the heel. I'm actually a lot more impressed with these than I was expecting to be, for them being these like mystery budget dolls. And then here's her little mirror, which on the back side is a spider web and a little skelet. And of course the mirror itself is shaped like a skelet. And then we had this little tube, no labels on it, but that's okay. It's supposed to be a little lipstick, so you can see that like printed lip that's part of the mold. So again, there's no additional like paint or anything to it, but that's perfectly fine. And then she has this little sleep mask, which kind of works like sunglasses. So it has this part that sticks out, and then this will go over her ears. And then if you can see, there's these little like eye shapes to it, which I think are really cute. And I would like to see these on her. And then we will look at her up close. So here she is with the face mask on. That is super adorable. And now we'll take a look at her the rest of the way like we would normally. So she has this like tealy blue hair with some gold highlights here at the top, as well as gold tinsel that we typically see in dolls of Cleo. She usually has this tinsel. And then for her face, she has this really gorgeous gold makeup with kind of this light brown eyeliner of it. And of course her kohl that she typically has. But then she has these little stars across the bridge of her nose, like little painted on stylized freckles. And then she has these little stars here in the corners as well. Here we have her earrings that are kind of shaped like perfume bottles. We have seen these before for Cleo. I'm not sure which one it was, but we've definitely seen this shape before for her. And then she is wearing these little PJs. So this is our first pajama Cleo denial. We've had these ones back here that you can see. So we have Frankie, Clawdeen, and Draculaura, which all have also have dolls in this line, but this will be her first time having a pajama doll. So for her PJs, it is going to be essentially a romper. So it's these little shorts here that's attached to this tank top area. Straps are these gold ribbons. There is a nice little gold serge here, which means the top isn't going to fray, but then it's just a blank black top within this gold ribbon, which kind of reminds me of Monster Fest dolls that had this kind of same gold ribbon on the pants. And then on the shorts area, there is black, gold, and blue wrappings. And then it ends off in this little lacy area here on her legs. And then she has no shoes on because they're over here. Now these dolls, as you can see, are pretty simple because of them being budget dolls. They just have 5 points. Well, they have more than 5 points. We'll get to that in a second. So they have head, shoulders, and legs, which is normal articulation. These dolls do not have elbow articulation, rib articulation, or knee articulation that we typically see with the core dolls. With the budget dolls, we typically see a lack of rib articulation, but these ones have taken out all but the very main points of articulation. And then the wrists. The wrists still have their full articulation. I believe that is so that they can be removed still, so that they can change their clothes. So they still have the same hands for being able to put on and off different clothes styles. But as far as their bodies, they are the least articulated we've seen so far. They are kind of have these posed arms. So this one's kind of bent and this one's kind of bent out the other way. And you can also see there's a little bit of like a hip tilt to the way that she's standing. So it almost kind of reminds me of like a model Muse body in the way that they are positioned. I hope that makes sense. But we'll go ahead and put Cleo's shoes on. There is Cleo kind of all put together. Although the hair is a little bit of a different color than we've seen on her before, I really like it. I also really like this side glance that she has here. I'm kind of hoping that the Frankie in this set has the opposite side glance, because that would be so stinking cute. Today we're going to be unboxing the second doll in the Monster High Buried Secrets line. This is a mystery toy that is released here in the States. They are about $14.99, $15, give or take. Again, that's USD. They've been available on Amazon for a little bit, and now they are available in person in Target, so that's why I was able to get all 4 of them. So this should be, hopefully today we should be opening Clawdeen. Without further ado, we'll move up to the desk, make sure that's who's inside, and we'll go from there. Alright, so since the outside of the boxes are so simple, they've actually put a lot of detail inside the boxes. As I was showing you, there are symbols on every single layer here. Now, this is the symbol you want to take a look for when you're in the stores if you want to get Clawdeen. You're looking for this symbol here when you take that peek inside the box. Again, without ripping the plastic open, just take a peek inside and see if you see this symbol here. We have Crescent sleeping down here with some little Z's going off of it. We also have, interestingly enough, Frankie's camera hanging out here. This is Frankie's camera from the Monster Fest, but then these are the images that came with the original Frankie camera from before the core refresh. And then right here is actually a poster from the black and white Clawdeen that is potentially getting a reprint, but this came out right at the start of Generation 3. They released these G1 black and white versions that were equivalent to their like very first core G1 dolls, but they were in black and white. I actually have 3 out of 4 of them. Clawdeen's the only one I don't have. So that's kind of cool to have her poster hiding in there. And then this is the Furliminator brush that was from her original core doll. And then she also has this magazine with Caddy Noir in it, which I'm a huge Caddy stan, so I appreciate that. There's this face mask back here, as well as the plushie of, I just said it, Crescent. And then the mask here. We have in here a picture of Clawdeen and her family. Some sports accessories. There's her sports ball, and then this is Frankie's #1 from the sports set, the very first one, the school spirit. That's one of the first G3 things we ever got. And then we have some more Monster Fest images, a poster of the Hissettes, and a sports like poster. This looks like the end of her bed. And then on this side, we have several different shoes. These are all shoes that we've gotten. I'm not recognizing these purple and blue ones here though, but I do recognize the other ones. I just couldn't tell you from what sets off the top of my head. And then we have the little glasses with her glasses case with her glasses in it. And then her phone, and of course her amulet necklace here. The amount of detail that they put inside these boxes is so stinking cute. And then on the outside we have werewolves love to sleep with the curtains open so they can soak in the moonlight. And then on this side it says, what's a werewolf's bedtime beauty secret? Coconut hair cream so she can wake up with beautiful curls. Amazing. Now, speaking of which, she does have very beautiful curls. She has a lot of them, and we're going to be taking a look at those in a moment. But before we do, I'm going to open up her accessory pouches. So this one here is going to have the plush of Crescent in it. So here's our little Crescent squishy. So they are still made out of like a rubbery material. So they're not like super soft, but they do feel like they have a little bit of give to them, if that makes sense. I like the little tag here hanging off the side and everything. They feel a lot like the Cutopias that we got. Unfortunately, I was never able to find the Monster High Cutopias myself. I do have a Barbie one, but this feels like very similar in like shape and style. So I'm wondering if that's kind of what they were going for here. I like the little tail on the back. It's very cute. Lots of little details to them. The vibe that this whole set gives off is like lots of little details, so I really enjoy that. Then we're going to have her accessory set here. So this is going to be the other accessories. So we have her eye mask, which is actually much larger than I was expecting. This is a hard plastic that they wear more like sunglasses with the arms here on the side. And you have those little eye prints on them, which is really cute. And these fangs down here. And then the little ears at the top. And then here are her shoes. They are these fuzzy high heels with Crescent there on the front, as well as two little moons. And then these moon details around the strap here at her ankle. And then it says moon on either side. And then on the bottom, we have the cute little Z pattern. These are super adorable. I can't wait to see them on her. And then we have a purple version of her preliminary brush, which I'm not surprised that they reused. I'm actually surprised that this is the only piece that they reused when they give them this like one like extra accessory. Clawdeen should have another one too. It is a little, what I'm assuming is a little bottle of lotion with moons on it. I actually don't recognize this piece, so this might even be a new piece, which is kind of crazy. And then we have our Clawdeen here, which has this crazy lots of curls. It is this soft purple mixed with a dark purple. It's super cute. I don't think we've had any other Clawdeen that has quite this much curls to it. Obviously it's a little flat from being in the box, but like this is super adorable. I'm very much a fan of this on her. It's very glam, even though it's like supposed to be like a night look, so it's super cute. If we push it to the side though, she actually has some earrings on. So these are just little circle studs, but she does have two of them on this ear. And then on this side, she has a big crescent moon, which is super cute. I'm assuming it's probably supposed to go that direction, because I don't think it would be like sticking up off of her ear like that. So it just got spun around. I also like that she has like dark roots and it kind of like spreads out into this lighter color. I think that's a really cute detail. And then I'm really loving the faces on this series because they have kind of simple makeup, but she has like this dark eyes here, and but then look at the freckles across her nose. So hers are little stars and moons, as well as of course her regular freckles that she has. And then for some reason the lighting is kind of like washing her out, but she still has the wolf nose underneath here that she usually has. And then she has a dark burgundy purple lipstick with her little fangs hanging down here. And then her pajamas are going to be a little one-piece romper. So it looks like a shirt and shorts. The shirt is a kind of asymmetrical design. So we have this one cap sleeve over here, and then the other is a purple ribbon. There is a gold serged edge around the top, and then a purple bow here on the front. And then for the shorts portion, they are black with purple moons and stars all over it, and then little lace here at the bottom. Here's what Clawdeen looks like with her shoes and mask on, as well as holding her little plushie. They do have little thumb rings on them, so they can kind of hold them and cuddle up to them a little bit. Obviously, that's a little bit more awkward with having the reduced articulation than what would be with like a regular doll, but they can still manage if you pose them right. So I still think that they are super adorable. I love how unique the hair and face screenings are on these. They have totally different colors than we're used to seeing, as well as the really cute additional freckles and designs like that. So I really do like these dolls. I think they're very simple, but that's what I expected. I actually feel like I got a lot more out of these dolls than I was expecting, especially with, I knew that they had the reduced articulation, but I really didn't realize like how much detail and stuff was going to be in their boxes. I know that's simple, I know it's just cardboard, but it was still something that someone like put time and effort into. And then on top of that, I really like the little squishies that they come with, and I think their shoes have a lot of really cute details to them and everything. So I actually am really enjoying this series. Today we're going to be unboxing another one of the Berry Secrets dolls. These are Monster High's first foray into mystery dolls, at least that are full size. We've had the mystery figures before, but this is our full size dolls. I personally recommend finding them in person in Target because then you can find out which one you got. Where on Amazon, I've heard of people buying them kind of in bulk and then sending back what they don't need. So there's different ways of achieving it, but I will say there are ways to find out without having to open the packaging. So this one in here should be our Draculaura. So we'll go ahead and get her open and we'll make sure that that's her. So Draculaura's out, but I cannot wait to take a quick peek at this box because they have put so much love and effort into these boxes, not only with giving them individual symbols on the outside, but also with all this extra detail that is aligned inside of these coffins and even here on the outside. For having such a basic and like generic outside where they all match, the insides are so very different, and I just love that it was an extra mile that they didn't have to do, but they did. I know it's just cardboard and printing, but it still took time and love for them to make these designs, so I really appreciate it. On the outside here it says, when you're 1600 years old, following a 13-step bedtime routine is easy peasy, cough and squeezy. On this side it says, even though vampires are ageless, we still like to use face rollers to keep their centuries old skin glowing. On the inside, we have Count Fabulous sleeping down here with the little Z's. We have the Pocky, which I believe we've had before in one of their accessory sets. And then we have this phone, which reminds me of a G1 release that we had that was Rochelle and Kitty K, maybe, that were talking on the phone. And then we have this little skelette here, which actually, so it says yes, no on the inside. I think that's the McDonald's toy. I actually have those. That's hilarious. And then we have a little magazine where we're like matching shoes, I guess. Or it's like a a bracket, like which ones are better. It's cute. We have the little ice roller and some nail polish and some lip gloss, which I'm pretty sure we're coming with the ice roller, but we've had the ice roller before. The nail polish and the lip gloss, and as well as this pillow right here, all came with her original creep over doll. And then we have the plushie of Count Fabulous, which is going to come with this set here. And then we have an image of what the face mask is probably going to look like. Of course, it looks a lot softer in this image than it will you'll see in a moment. And then here on this side, we have a line of different purses. Now, I know we've had this one before, and we've had this one before. Both of those are from Skulltimate Secrets lines. I don't recognize the other ones, so either they're ones to come, or like this one might be from the core refresh, which I haven't opened yet. But I like this lip purse here. That one's really cute. And then here on this side, we have a little bat necklace, as well as that's the Mattel Creations Magic 8 Ball that they released of her. And then that looks like one of the potion, or one of the magical mysteries or monster mysteries. The potions, the little potion ones that they have, that looks like the ones that are going to be for series 3, I think, is going to be these little potion, or little like mystic bottles instead of the potions that we've had so far. So that's kind of cute. Then we have, this one is Draculaura and Dracula, and then this one is Draculaura and her mom. And then it says Monster Magic. I think it's a book. And then this is the series 1 for the Monster Mysteries Potions bottles there. That's so cute! And then a little cauldron with some crystals in it. And then this cute skull candle. We have Draculaura in her Monster Ball look with Claude. And then that's the food truck from the Monster Fest line. And then this is a invitation for her Sweet 1600, which is actually going to be an upcoming line, which is super exciting. But yeah, and then there's this little edge here. Matches the one there at the top. But yeah, such a simple thing, but I really love all the extra detail that they put into the box. And now we'll take a look at her accessories. So they come in these little bags that look like pillows. Hers are pink with little spider webs on them. We open it up. Inside should be the little plushie. I believe they're designed after the Qtopia plushes. I wasn't able to find any of the Monster High ones yet, but I do have one of the Barbie ones, and I feel like these are pretty similar to that. Obviously, these are little rubber figurines. They're not made out of plush or anything, but they do have a little bit of give to them. You can tell that they're meant to implement something that's kind of squishy. But they do actually have a decent amount of painted details on them for being something so small, although the back is completely blank as far as painting, but there is a little bit of a tutu detail still and a little tail on the back. So there is still detail all the way around. It's just not painted on the back, but it is painted on the front. I love the little tag here with the skelette on it. And then in her other bag, we have her eye mask, which, like I said, is going to be this hard plastic piece, not the soft, kind of image that we saw in the box. It wears more like sunglasses. I do like these little bat wings here on the side. They're very cute with little heart symbols. Then it has the eyes molded on the front. And then these sides kind of stick back and have this part that sticks over the ear. Like I said, kind of wearing it a little bit more like a pair of sunglasses. For her shoes, she has these little black high heels with these bat wings on the back. The front has Count Fabulous on it. I know it's all black, so it's really hard to see, but there is a molded on Count Fabulous. And then on the underside, we have some Z's that look like they're kind of dripping. It'll be the same on the underside of this one. Then, like I said, we have that little face roller here. It's made out of a semi-opaque pink plastic. And then we have a black jar of the nail polish. I believe before we had pink and purple. This one, though, is a solid piece of plastic. I believe the nail polish that we've had in the past had the lid being able to be removed, but it is still super adorable. For Draculaura, she has a light pink hairstyle, which feels kind of similar to her Iridescent color, but almost a little bit darker, a little bit more neon. There are these black streaks here. So we have a couple coming from right here at the very front and then a couple more here in the back. But the majority of her hair is that pink color. I do like this kind of side part that they gave her. She still has this arch here with the widow's peak. You can see that, especially if you pull it back here. But otherwise, it's kind of a side part instead of the center part that we typically see. For her earrings, they are these drop hearts, which I don't recognize as being ones that she's had before. I'm not completely caught up on my Draculauras, so it could be on one that I don't have yet, but I don't recognize these. They're super cute. And then for her eyeshadow, she has this dark pink around the outside as well as some dark black liner, which is super stinking cute. She has a little heart there in her eyes. And then she just has kind of pink heart freckles all across under her eyes. So it doesn't go over the bridge of her nose, but you can see it here under both of the eyes. She has these little pink freckles. Here, let me center her better so you can actually see that. And of course, her typical bat heart. And then she has these almost black, but they're like just like a slight lighter shade of purple lips with the fangs on it, which of course, you know, I'm a sucker for the dark lips, so I super love this on her. For her pajamas, it's actually a nightie, which has kind of broken the trend, so I'm curious. I think Frankie still has the one piece like this, but we'll see. It is still one piece, but instead of being tied as shorts, it is just a little skirt. So we have a black top with pink ribbon straps. It does Velcro in the back, as well as the pattern goes all the way around the back. There is a pink ribbon right up here at the top, and then it transitions into this pink material with black spider webs and pink hearts at the center, and then is finished off with this lace trim around the bottom like the others. And there is Draculaura with her eye mask and cuddling up with her little plushie. I do think this little bend in the arm is actually making it pretty nice looking for her to hold it. Obviously, like with a little bit more articulation, it would look a little bit better, but I think for the pose that she's in, I don't think that's too bad looking. So I'm pretty happy with that. But overall, I'm really enjoying how the Monstrous Mystery dolls are. I actually am enjoying them a lot more than I thought I would. I was kind of just getting them to kind of, you know, keep up with the collection. But I actually think they're really pretty. I like the colors that they chose for their hair. I really like the extra details on their faces. And their pajamas are simple, but I really enjoy them. This is our third pajama Draculaura. She's still completely different than the other two. I would say the other two are still pretty similar to each other, but she feels definitely a lot different than those two, so I really enjoy that. And I like how nicely they all look together. And today we're going to be opening a Buried Secrets Monster High doll. This is the fourth and final one of these dolls. This one should be our Frankie Stein. I have left them for last because I'm a huge Frankie stan. It's something I've always talked about that I like when mystery toys have a way of leaving them as a surprise, or if you don't want them to be a surprise, you can peek and find out which ones they are, kind of like the Disney Doorables or anything like that. I really appreciate when they do that, especially with things that are a little bit more expensive like these. $15 isn't terrible for a mystery doll. I've definitely seen worse, especially with these being full size. Okay, so this Frankie is what sold me on this line as a whole, but I did not know that they had short hair, and I'm honestly freaking out because like they are such a slay in this short hair. What the heck? Okay, but let's get back on track, and I'll talk more about them in just a moment, but they are so stinking cute. So for the inside of Frankie's box, there is no lack of detail as with the other ones. So of course, first thing down here is Watsy sleeping with the Uno cards. So funny story, I actually am ordered a pair of these from someone off of Facebook, and they are not here yet because they accidentally got sent back to the person because the address was wrong, but they're gonna get sent back to me, so it's all fine. But that's just so cool that they have all these extra details in here. And then there's looks like maybe like a record player, and then this is an accessory that we had with Voltageous Frankie, I think is what they're called, the one that's kind of like a rocker that came out with the monster ball line, with the monster ball line, the like Switch like games that Gulia and I think Frankie has played before. We have this drink pouch as a real drink pouch. I don't think we've had this hairbrush before, but this is like the styling hand of the Frankie, and then some scrunchies and stuff, because we've also had a styling head Frankie, so I think that's what that's a nod to. And then we have the Watsy plush, as well as an image of their eye mask up here. And then here we have Frankie with their parents. Super cute. They are wearing the Core Refresh outfit. Then we have a Frankie hand doing a peace sign. We have the like calculator type thing that came with the Core Refresh doll. This accessory here also came with Core Refresh. And then this is like a pencil case and some books and a #1 prize for something. We have Frankie and Cleo at the Monster Ball there. And then the poster for Monster Fest. That's the one that comes with Frankie. And then that welcoming committee doll that supposedly is now actually coming out this year. I had that one pre-ordered through Amazon, but mine got canceled along with everybody else's. So hopefully this means that it is actually coming out. We have seen leaks of it in a package, so I'm fingers crossed this time it actually comes out. And then on this side, we actually have a bunch of images of Frankie with different hairstyles that we've going to go over in a second. But this comes with, that's the jukebox that comes with the original Sleepover Frankie. And then this hairdryer, I think, also comes with that Voltageous Frankie that I was talking about earlier, as well as in one of the Skulltimate Secrets has a different one of this hairdryer, but it's a different colorway. But this is the Frankie that we just opened now. This is Creepover Frankie. This is Monsterfest Frankie. This one is Neon Fright Frankie. And then I believe this is Core Frankie. So we have all sorts of different looks. And then, oh, the razor that also came with the Skulltimate Secrets one. I think it was this one that came with all the like hair accessories and like the laptop that was like open to like a video about like doing your hair and stuff. But like, this is so cute. Honestly, like so much of the detail that they put into these boxes, like it's amazing. And then here on the side, the best way for a Frankenstein monster to recharge their battery is to plug in while they sleep. And then on this side, what's a Franken monster's best kept beauty secret? Using an anti-static comb to smooth out flyaways after an electric day. Now for the accessory pouches. So they do come in these little things that look like pillows. So Frankie's are blue and they look like they're stitched together. Inside we have our little Watsy plushie. They are printed on the front with all sorts of different colors like Watsy would have. So we have a pink bandana, we have green hair, purple eyes, blue wings, a little black spot here and here. And then on the back they still have details as far as like carved in, so they still have their tail and stuff, but they do not have any printing details. But there is a lot of like little details that you kind of can't see on the camera. They're kind of molded in on the back. Now these are made out of a slightly softer, like kind of rubbery material. They don't have a lot of give to them, at least not in the main body, but they do really feel like something that's meant to be kind of squishy. So you can tell that they're really supposed to be like plushies in universe. I think these little tags here are so adorable with little skeletons on them. And then we have our bag of accessories. So this should have our other 5 pieces. So we have the little static comb that they were talking about, which I don't think we've had before, so that's really cute. And then we have some hair clips. These are adorable. And then we have this sunglass like piece here. So this is their eye mask, but it is shaped, like I said, more like sunglasses. So it just sticks out over the ears rather than being something like wraps around the back side of their head. It is a solid plastic as opposed to like the rubbery plastic that we saw with the creepover dolls. There is a bolt detail here on either side, as well as these molded on eyes, and then some stitching detail here on the front. And then for their shoes, there's these little strap-on heels, a zigzag for the heel detail. On the front, of course, we have Watsy, just like the other dolls all had their pets. There are some bolt details here around the ankle. And then on the bottom, we have these little Z's. So cute. Now for the doll, I'm so freaking excited. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm a huge Frankie stan. I was considering passing on this line just because of the mystery thing. I didn't know at the time that there was a way to find out which ones they were, but I was going to possibly get them just to be able to get Frankie here. But I have bad luck with the first wave of the monster mystery potions. I have literally opened enough for 2 full sets, and I have gotten 2 full sets minus Frankie. So I literally have 2 of every character and no Frankies. And then I started getting random duplicates. So I just have a ton of them and no Frankies, which is so annoying. And I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to deal with that with these monster or these buried mystery dolls. So it was really nice to know that I was able to like take a peek in and see which ones were which. But definitely this Frankie sold me on the idea of getting these at all because of this little band-aid nose. I don't know why I'm a sucker for it, but every time a character has a little band-aid nose, I just fall over. So as I was saying earlier, this Frankie has super short hair, which is really cute. I love this little like kind of long bob on them. They do have a side part here. It is a mix of light blue, white, and black streaks. Mostly this like light blue color under here. And then I really like this blue piece that they took back here and tied back. Again, really playing with Frankie's hair in this line. Their earrings are going to be the same ones that we saw on the first going out doll. So the first like budget type doll. I think they might be the same mold that are on the coffin bean Frankie, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But these definitely are pretty much identical to the ones that are on the going out Frankie, or day out Frankie, or budget dolls, depending on what you want to call them. For their makeup, it's this light blue eyeshadow up here, and then they have yellow here in the creases, and of course their blue and green eyes, and then they have little stars under their eyes for the freckle area, and then the, like I said, that little blue band-aid on their nose, and they have a light pink lip. I would have liked to seen a little bit darker lip since the other ones in the set have a darker lip, but I'm okay with it. They're a lot more cutesy, I feel, than the other 3 as far as their makeup goes, so I'm not upset by it. And then there is their stitches here on their cheek, as well as on their neck and on their arms. They are also wearing a nightie, which I wasn't expecting, and I really think it's so cute that they have this little nightie on. It is one piece, but it does Velcro down in the back. The top is a black top here with a little blue ribbon, and then the other sleeve is a pink ribbon. They've all had this like kind of like satin ribbon somewhere on them, so I like how they incorporated it into Frankie as being the other sleeve. The top is just solid black with blue serging around the edge of it. It is, like I said, one piece with this skirt right here, which is a tartan. It's blue with pink squares and little green details, kind of similar to their core look, which I really like. And then, of course, the white lace that we've seen on the bottom trim of all of the dolls. As you can see, though, Frankie does have a little bit of separation here in the leg because of this being a separate piece, but it's still not jointed, but it is a separate part right there. It can... I wonder if that's intentional, because Frankie is like known for being able to like swap their parts out. So I wonder if that's intentional. I really hope it is, because that actually kind of makes me happy if it is intentional. If it's not, like, I have a feeling like people aren't going to be happy with that, but personally for me, I really enjoy that comes off because, like I said, Frankie is known for swapping out their parts, so I kind of like that. They still have their taller body, so thankfully they were each still given individual bodies with kind of individual posing, but it's not like straight up and down. They do have a little bit of a tilt, kind of a little sassy pose to the way that their like hip is and their like knee is slightly bent. I do think it's kind of funny that we got the comb and these hair clips with the Frankie that we've gotten with the shortest hair so far. But other than that, like, even still, like, that's not a complaint. It's just me saying that I think it's kind of funny that they went with that for this Frankie that they gave kind of short hair. But here they are standing with their eye mask and then their Watsy in their hand. They do have a little bit of a ring on them so that they can hold them in their hands. I would have liked to seen the ring on this side though, because I feel like they would have cuddled it a little bit better in this arm. But this is a little bit straighter because, like, I really like how Draculaura's look. But Frankie's arm is pretty straight, so either way, it's a little bit awkward way of holding Watsy. But overall, I do think they're super adorable. Again, I really like the short hair on them. I love the makeup that they have, the hair blend. These dolls are so stinking cute. Again, I'm kind of interested to see other people's reviews to see if that is normal for that leg to come off or not. But again, I'm not mad at it at all. I just am kind of curious if you guys have experience with this Frankie. Can you let me know? But overall, super adorable. I'm so glad I made the choice to get these dolls. They are so stinking cute. I really love their faces, their hair. I love the little accessories that come with them. I think their pajamas are really cute, even for being really simple. I'm actually genuinely surprised with how much I am enjoying these dolls for them being the most budget that we've had so far for Monster High. If this is what a budget doll looks like to Monster High, like, keep it coming. They're doing amazing, and I cannot wait to see more. So I was successful in swapping the heads for all of these dolls. But before we go into that, I do want to just give a little bit of a disclaimer / reminder. Do make sure you're being extra careful when you're doing anything like this. Any type of modification that you do to a doll has the chance of breaking it and potentially breaking it beyond repair. You can break neck pegs or rip vinyl and potentially hurt yourself or your dolls, so just be extra careful if you have any intention of doing anything like this. I will explain how I did it, and I will go over what I think of the head swaps and stuff like that in just a moment, but I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there before I said anything else. Now, with that being said, I don't think it was too difficult. All I did was I took the 2 Draculauras, the 2 Clawdeens, Cleos, Frankies, whatever, and put their heads into little resealable, like the little plastic, like lunch Ziploc type bags. I just happened to put them with themselves because it just made the most sense. And then I put them in boiling. So I boiled the water, put the water into an oversized coffee cup, and then stuck the Ziploc bags with their heads in it into the water and let it sit for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, untouched, hot water. Then I took them out. I used an oven mitt on my hand just to make sure that nothing was too hot. And then I pulled the heads off. The ones from the Buried Secrets dolls are a lot softer than the ones from the core dolls. They do use 2 different types of vinyl from what I can tell. So it was a lot easier to take the heads off of these ones than it was to take them off of the core dolls. But I didn't really have too much issue with any of them. I know some people, when I was on my Facebook group, had posted and were saying that it was a little bit difficult for them, but I didn't really have any issue. But I also have done head swaps before, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But I think that this was really successful. I will say there are a couple of differences between the bodies from the core dolls and the Skelectimate, or the Buried Secrets dolls. So like with the heads, these have a little bit softer heads than these ones do. And so I believe they're a different type of vinyl. I also believe the body is cast out of a different type of vinyl. The reason that I think that is because of this like shinier finish that the bodies have. They're also slightly different colors. So to me, I think that these look really good, especially now that I've gotten used to them, and also once they're dressed and have clothes on them. I think that the Buried Secrets heads on the articulated bodies, I really don't have any issue with. I think they look just fine. Although I feel like the head swap is a little bit more noticeable on the core heads with the Buried Secrets bodies because they are a slightly different shade of color from all of the dolls. Like literally all 4 of them have slightly different colored skins than their base dolls, and they like have this little bit shinier finish than they do normally. With the camera, like you can tell like there's not a lot of difference and it's kind of hard to tell. But if you put her hand like directly on her face, you can kind of see the difference. But like I said, it really doesn't bother me. It's maybe just like a little bit more pinky, a little bit more orange. Like it's only like a slight shade off. It's not like a completely different skin tone. And again, once they're like fully dressed and everything, it's really hard to tell the difference. But I do just want to point out, in case it bothers you if they're not the exact same color, because of them being made out of a slightly different material, they're not going to be a perfect match. But they are really close. Again, I think they look better this way than this combo, but I don't have an issue with either of them. But I do just wanted to point that out, that they are very slightly different color shades. The other thing I want to point out is that I don't know if it's because of the posing that they have or if they actually are a little bit different, but as you can see, they still do have their like unique bodies with their like specific heights and everything. And like Draculaura has, the wider hips. However, the clothes aren't exactly a perfect fit. So if you see here on Cleo, there's this like gap here at the neck. I feel like the shoulders are a little bit more narrow than they usually are with the Monster High dolls. So I do feel like the top of their body is a little bit different. Again, I don't know if that's strictly because of like the fact that they're kind of standing on a slight angle or not, but they are able to wear each other's clothes, but they are going to fit slightly different on them. Like with Draculaura here, I use the very edge of the Velcro, and you can still see there's still kind of a large gap there. So like her chest also is a little bit smaller than it is on the articulated body. Again, not enough that like they can't share clothes, but do just know that they will fit slightly differently. And as you can see from back here, I was able to get all of the shoes and all of the outfits onto the articulated bodies. These two were a little bit harder just because of the shorts, because of the way that you had to like pull them up from the bottom. These two are fully Velcro from the back, so it opens up all the way. So I didn't have any issue swapping the nightgowns. And again, I didn't really have issue per se, but it was just a little bit more difficult with these two because you did have to pull it up from the bottom. And like I said, they do have a little bit of a different shape up in the shoulder area. The other thing is the shoes seem to fit just fine on these 3, but there is some space here in the ankles on Frankie. There may have also been that space on the non-articulated body, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it. I don't know if it's really on the other ones, but I noticed on Frankie, especially if you look closely, that this foot kind of looks almost like it's turned out a little bit, which obviously we know it's not because this is the articulated body, but it's almost like it was molded so that it could be for this body that does have the feet that are a little bit more in a different position. But I don't know if that's just my specific pair or if that's all of them. I actually kind of like it because it gives her that kind of look, again, like the Buried Secrets doll. And my intention wasn't to really change them and make them too different than their original dolls. Again, which is why I gave Frankie the blank leg here. My idea was just to kind of make them match a little bit more with the rest of the dolls in my collection. Again, I will be keeping the 4 dolls that are on the non-articulated bodies. They're still going to be part of my collection, and I have really been enjoying bringing these 2 around because I can just throw them on my backpack and I don't have to be as worried about them as other dolls where, like, you know, they have all these extra pieces and stuff that could potentially get broken. There's a lot less to break on these. So even though I bring with all my dolls whenever I feel like it, these 2 are kind of nice to be able to just like throw in a backpack and not have to worry about them. One thing that I was talking about in the Cleo video, but I never got to finish pointing out, is that actually they do have matching side glances here. So Frankie and Cleo look at each other, and then actually Clawdeen and Draculaura have slight side glances as well. So Clawdeen is looking to this side, and then Draculaura is looking in as well. So there is a matching set for each. I know it's kind of hard to see with these, and I will be including a clip of a video where I just like kind of pan over them, but these 2, which both have the side glances that go that way in the Buried Secrets dolls, they have their hip popped on this side. Again, it's hard to see when they're in their clothes, but you can kind of see that this hip goes up and this one kind of goes down. And then the 2 that are glancing the other way in their side glances have their hips the other way. So they have the higher hip on this side with it going down here. So they're kind of standing in kind of the opposite position, which I think is also really cute. The bend in the elbows is on the same side on all of them, but like it's to varying degrees. Like Frankie's is like the smallest, like there's only kind of a little bend here, where like I think Draculaura probably has the most dramatic like L shape, which again is really nice. I like the touches, of course, of them all being slightly different and not, you know, all identical in their, you know, poses or their outfits or anything like that, even though they're matching. Overall, I'm really, really happy with this Buried Secrets line. Again, they're only $15 USD, and I don't think that that's terrible for mystery dolls. I really don't think that's terrible for the quality of the dolls that we're getting or the amount of stuff that we're getting for them. And again, I don't hate these bodies. I think they're really cute. I just happen to have bodies around, so I was able to do a swap on them. And of course, I do like them better with the articulation just because then they match the rest of the dolls that are on the shelf. But I don't think that they strictly need that. I think they look good either way.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you can stick around and see our next video. I may have a surprise in the middle, but the next doll video will be Barbie as Poison Ivy and Venus from the Fan Club collection. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in the next one. Bye!